GNU on the rocks. ANC hits back at Zille's leaked letter demanding cabinet positions as outrageous and outlandish. Following the DA's intentions of getting 12 cabinet posts, including that of the Deputy President DP in the Government of National Unity GNU, the ANC says President Cyril Ramaphosa has the final word on the appointment of the cabinet. On Sunday, the DA Federal Chair Helen Zille wrote a letter that IOL had sent to ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula, informing him that the party wanted around 12 ministerial positions in the GNU. This also included the DEA approving the appointments of the Directors General for all departments under its control, in what many on social media said was akin to cadre deployment. That Director General in departments reporting the Democratic Alliance ministers as selected by panel consisting of Democratic Alliance ministers and submitted to the President for his approval, and that such approval cannot be reasonably be withheld. Zille's letter reads, the DA preferred the following portfolios: economic sectors, investment, employment and infrastructure development, social protection, community and human development, governance, state capacity and institutional development, justice, crime prevention and security, international cooperation, trade and security. The DA said it can only agree to give up the deputy president position if it is replaced with both a minister in the presidency and a deputy minister of finance. For the positions, DA want a DP who is also designated as the leader of government business and participates fully in the policy development and monitoring responsibilities of the presidency, and a deputy minister of finance who participates fully in the development of the budget. But DA's Richard Newton confirmed the authenticity of the letter and told IOL that some of the demands had already been ironed out between the parties. He could not say which demands had been ironed out. Responding to the DA's demands, the ANC called it outlandish and outrageous, stating that no single party can hold the GNU to ransom. This is after the DA's demands were leaked to the media and also on social media. Negotiating through leaking demands to the media is an act of bad faith, and this practice will not help the cause of any party. It is only the President who has the final say on the appointment of this cabinet. The GNU cannot be held to ransom by any single party, the ANC said. While the delays continued to plague the announcements of the cabinet, the party maintained that the people needed the government to be established sooner rather than later. In a statement, the ANC confirmed that Phase 2 of the establishment of the GNU was underway, with the anticipated announcement of cabinet positions by Ramaphosa drawing close. Ramaphosa was inaugurated as president last week at the Union Buildings in Pretoria. The ANC, in power for the past 30 years, resorted to the GNU after losing its more than 50% majority in parliament after managing just 45% of the national vote at the 2024 elections. So far, 10 parties including the ANC, DA, IFP, PA, FF+, UDM, Rise Mzansi, Al-Jamaa, PAC and Good have joined to form part of the GNU. All these parties represent a majority of over 70%, which is 287 of the 400 seats in the National Assembly. But with more smaller parties joining the GNU, the responsibility of doing a deal without the DA has become the center of much chatter on social media. The ANC said it was committed and open to working with all the parties. Ramaphosa takes firm stance against GNU squabbles. President Cyril Ramaphosa said the Government of National Unity (GNU) cannot be preoccupied with jockeyings for positions, tussles over appointments, or squabbles within and between parties. Penning his weekly letter, Ramaphosa said the country's hopes are pinned on the success of the GNU and political parties need to work together. Ramaphosa, who was elected for a second term following the country's May 29 elections, described the formation of the GNU as a momentous development in South Africa's democracy. To his end, Ramaphosa said every effort must be made to ensure that the GNU remains true to its founding spirit of collaboration and good faith to drive a program that improves the lives of all South Africa's people. Ramaphosa's sentiments come following apparent squabbles between signatories. History. This is not the first time that SA will be governed by GNU. Ramaphosa explained that the first GNU was established in 1994 to promote nation building and inclusivity from a racially divided past during a period of political transition. Among its main tasks was to ensure the passage of the new democratic constitution, giving effect to the principles of that constitution, and the Bill of Rights must be the overriding focus of this GNU. He said that this will be done by pursuing a common program to eradicate poverty and build a more equal society, to create jobs, and to make government truly work for the people. The GNU Statement of Intent provides a solid base for genuine cooperation between parties across the political spectrum who have signed up for their own accord. Participation in government. The State of Intent commits the signatories to a set of foundational principles that include respect for constitutionalism, accountability, transparency, and community participation in government, evidence-based policy and decision-making, professionalization of public service, integrity, and good governance. The President said signatories in the GNU have agreed on the priorities of the incoming administration. At the top of the list of priorities is the achievement of a rapid, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth to create jobs. It will be critical that the GNU stays the course of the structural reform that is underway to improve the business operation environment and establish South Africa as an investment destination of choice, he said. Ramaphosa added that the reforms are necessary to resolve historic challenges in key industries and create jobs. He said, emanating from the priorities outlined in the Statement of Intent, the parties will further refine the GNU program, including through the proposed national dialogue process. We remain committed to the consensus building and to the representation of the broad range of interests and viewpoints within government. At the same time, we are all keenly aware that South Africans expect action, implementation, and results. In a robust defense of the first GNU in 1994, President Nelson Mandela described it as an enduring national consensus that is neither an imposition of one party over the others, nor a honeymoon premised of the fickle whims of the fleeting romance. The same is true today. As parties finalize the modalities of the GNU guided by the Statement of Intent, the days and weeks that lie ahead will be crucial. The country's hopes are pinned on the success of the GNU. Our stated commitment to work together constructively and for South Africa's benefit has generated a great deal for goodwill that we should not squander. South Africans are watching. We should not waste our energies on those who stand in the way of our country's progress or lose momentum over differences that can be resolved, Ramaphosa said. The parties in the GNU. Democratic Alliance DA, Patriotic Alliance PA, Inkatha Freedom Party IFP, Good, Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania PAC, Freedom Front Plus FF Plus, United Democratic Movement UDM, Rise Mzansi and Al Jamaa. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.